What's up, Gain and Grow family? We're just 2 days until 2026. I'm already seeing it. The gym parking lots are packed, the equipment is harder to find, and everyone's posting their workout photos with those fresh New Year captions. But here's what I know that most people don't. By February 14th, Valentine's Day, most of these same gyms will be ghost towns again. And listen, this isn't about willpower or motivation. Those are emotions, and emotions are unreliable. What I'm about to show you is how to literally rewire your brain to make going to the gym feel as automatic as brushing your teeth. We're talking about turning gym consistency into a neural pathway so strong that your brain will actually crave the workout, not resist it. Here's what's wild. Research shows that up to 70% of everything we do each day is pure habit. That means if you can crack the code on habit formation, you're essentially programming yourself for success. But here's the problem that nobody talks about. The fitness industry has been lying to you about how long it really takes to form a habit. You've probably heard it takes 21 days to form a habit. Complete nonsense. Scientists studied the exact same habit across hundreds of people and found it took anywhere from 18 days to 254 days for different individuals to lock in the same behavior. That massive range isn't random. It's based on specific neurological factors that I'm going to teach you how to exploit. Most people approach their gym resolution completely backwards. They focus on motivation, discipline, and willpower. But neuroscience reveals that the most successful habit formation happens when you understand exactly how your brain processes new behaviors. And there are two specific neural mechanisms that, when properly activated, can make any fitness routine feel practically effortless. The first mechanism is called procedural memory. Think of this as your brain's internal instruction manual. When you're learning to drive a car, at first every single step requires conscious thought. Turn the key, adjust the mirror, check the blind spot. But after enough repetition, your brain converts this sequence into an automatic program that runs without any mental effort. The same thing happens with exercise habits, but only if you approach it correctly. Most people try to wing it. They show up to the gym and figure it out as they go. This keeps the behavior stuck in your conscious mind, which means it will always require willpower. But there's a simple mental exercise that can shift any workout routine directly into your procedural memory system. Here's what you do. Before you ever step foot in the gym, sit down and mentally walk through every single step of your workout routine. Not just the exercises, but literally everything. I wake up, I put on my workout clothes, I grab my water bottle, I drive to the gym, I scan my membership card, I go to the locker room, I start with 5 minutes on the treadmill, then I do 3 sets of squats. Walk through each movement, each transition, each detail. This might seem overly simple, but when you create this mental blueprint, you're actually preloading the neural pathways that control automatic behaviors. Studies show that people who do this visualization exercise just once are significantly more likely to stick with their routine, not just for the first week, but for months afterward. But procedural memory is only half the equation. The real game changer is something called task bracketing. This is the neural mechanism that determines whether a habit becomes context-dependent or completely bulletproof. Think about brushing your teeth. You probably do this every single morning regardless of how tired you are, how stressed you are, or how chaotic your day becomes. That's because the neural circuits around toothbrushing have been deeply embedded through task bracketing. Your brain has created powerful associations with the events that happen immediately before and immediately after this behavior. The same thing can happen with exercise, but only if you intentionally design the bracket around your workout. Here's how this works. You need to create a clear ritual that signals the beginning of your exercise session and another ritual that signals the end. These brackets become the neural anchors that make the habit automatic. For example, your pre-workout bracket might be putting on a specific playlist, drinking a particular pre-workout drink, and doing 3 deep breaths. Your post-workout bracket might be taking a progress photo, writing down what you accomplished, and having a protein shake. The specific actions don't matter as much as the consistency. What you're doing is training your brain to recognize a specific sequence of events that always leads to exercise. Over time, these brackets become so strongly linked that starting the pre-workout ritual automatically triggers the desire to complete the entire sequence. It's like creating a neural domino effect. But here's where most people make a critical mistake. They try to build the exercise habit and the bracketing rituals at the same time. This overloads your brain's capacity for change. Instead, you should spend the first week only focusing on the brackets. Show up to the gym, do your pre-workout ritual, maybe walk on the treadmill for 5 minutes, do your post-workout ritual, and leave. You're not trying to get a great workout. You're programming the neural infrastructure that will support great workouts later. This connects to another crucial principle that most people completely ignore. You must build consistency before intensity. Your brain doesn't care how hard you work out. It cares about pattern recognition. If you show up 3 times per week for 20 minutes, that creates a much stronger neural pattern than showing up once per week for 2 hours. Think about it this way. Every time you repeat a behavior under similar conditions, you strengthen the neural pathway associated with that behavior. But if the conditions keep changing, if sometimes you work out for 30 minutes and sometimes for 90 minutes, if sometimes you go in the morning and sometimes at night, you're actually creating multiple weak pathways instead of one strong pathway. This is why New Year's resolutions fail so spectacularly. People jump straight into intense routines that their brains can't process as consistent patterns. Instead of building one strong habit, they're trying to build dozens of weak behaviors simultaneously. Here's the proper progression. Week 1, focus only on showing up and completing your task brackets. Week 2, add basic movement but keep it short and simple. Week 3, start adding intensity but maintain the same time and structure. Week 4, you can begin progressing the difficulty. By month 2, your brain will have locked in the pattern so deeply that working out feels automatic. But what if you've already tried this approach and still struggled? What if you keep starting strong and then falling off after a few weeks? This usually comes down to environmental design. Your environment is constantly sending signals to your brain about what behaviors are expected. If these signals aren't aligned with your goals, you're fighting an uphill battle. Let's talk about location first. The closer your gym is to your daily route, the more likely you are to maintain the habit. Research shows that people who live farther from fitness facilities exercise significantly less often. This isn't about laziness. This is about removing friction from the behavior you want to repeat. If your gym is 20 minutes out of your way, you're adding 40 minutes of travel time to every workout. Your brain processes this as a significant cost and will look for excuses to avoid it. But if you can find a gym that's on your way to work or within 5 minutes of your house, showing up becomes much easier. The social environment matters just as much. You want to train around people who reinforce the identity you're trying to build. Even brief interactions with other committed exercisers create accountability and normalize the behavior. If everyone around you is working hard and showing up consistently, your brain assumes this is normal behavior. Preparation is another environmental factor you can control. Pack your gym bag the night before. Have your workout playlist ready. Know exactly what exercises you're going to do before you arrive. When everything is prepared, you eliminate the micro decisions that create resistance. Now let's talk about tracking progress, because this is where most people completely miss the boat. They focus on outcome metrics like weight loss or strength gains, but these changes happen slowly and aren't reliable motivators for daily behavior. Instead, you should track process metrics. Did you complete your pre-workout ritual? Did you show up when scheduled? Did you follow your planned routine? These behaviors are completely under your control, and they predict long-term success much better than any physical measurement. Keep a simple log where you record each workout. Write down the exercises you did, the weights you used, how long you trained, and rate your energy level afterward. This creates visible evidence of consistency and helps you identify patterns. Maybe you have more energy when you work out in the morning. Maybe you're stronger after certain types of rest days. This data helps you optimize your routine based on your actual patterns, not generic advice. Set up a monthly review where you look back at your tracking data. What helped you show up consistently? What made it harder to stick with the routine? This isn't about judging yourself. It's about treating yourself like a scientist studying your own behavior. The goal is to identify what works and do more of it. Recovery is a massive piece of this puzzle that gets completely ignored in most fitness content. Your brain and body adapt to exercise during rest periods, not during the workouts themselves. If you're not recovering properly, you're not just limiting your physical progress, you're making it harder to maintain the psychological motivation to keep training. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep in a consistent window. Your brain consolidates memories and repairs neural pathways during deep sleep phases. If your sleep is inconsistent, your brain can't properly wire in the new habits you're trying to build. On your non-workout days, do light movement like walking or gentle stretching. This keeps your body active without adding stress, and it maintains the rhythm of daily physical activity. Think of rest days as habit maintenance days, not complete breaks from movement. Here's something most people never consider. You can use accountability strategically to support habit formation without becoming dependent on external motivation. The key is choosing the right type of accountability for your personality and making it concrete rather than vague. If you're someone who responds well to social pressure, find a workout partner or join a fitness class. But make sure you're committing to specific times and specific activities. Vague agreements like, let's work out together sometime this week, don't create enough structure. If you prefer internal accountability, use a visible tracking system. Put a calendar on your wall and mark off each completed workout. The visual representation of your streak becomes its own motivation to continue. Some people respond well to financial accountability. Put money on the line with apps that charge you if you don't follow through on your commitments. The key is making the consequences immediate and meaningful enough to influence your daily decisions. But here's what's most important. Focus on identity, not outcomes. Instead of thinking, I want to lose 20 pounds, start thinking, I am a person who exercises regularly. This subtle shift changes everything about how your brain processes the behavior. When you identify as someone who works out, you start making decisions that align with that identity. You choose stairs over elevators. You park further away to get extra steps. You prioritize sleep, because that's what fit people do. The behavior becomes self-reinforcing because it supports your sense of who you are. Start with a simple identity statement you can repeat. I am someone who takes care of my body. Say this when you put on your workout clothes and when you finish your session. You're not trying to convince yourself of something that isn't true. You're acknowledging the person you're becoming through your actions. Every time you follow through on your exercise commitment, you're collecting evidence for this identity. Your brain loves consistency between beliefs and behaviors. The more evidence you accumulate, the stronger the identity becomes, and the easier the behaviors become. Now let's address the elephant in the room. What happens when you inevitably hit setbacks? Because you will. Life gets chaotic, you get sick, you travel, you have family emergencies. The question isn't whether setbacks will happen, the question is how quickly you can get back on track. Here's the crucial principle. 1 missed workout doesn't damage your habit. 2 missed workouts is concerning. 3 missed workouts means you need to restart the habit building process. The goal isn't perfection, the goal is resilience. When you miss a session, don't waste energy feeling guilty. Immediately schedule your next workout and show up, even if it's shorter than usual. The act of returning quickly prevents your brain from creating new patterns around skipping exercise. Use setbacks as feedback about your routine. Maybe you're trying to work out too early in the morning. Maybe your routine is too long for your current schedule. Maybe you need more flexibility in your weekly structure. Each challenge teaches you how to build a more sustainable system. This brings us to the ultimate goal, which is making fitness a lifestyle rather than a temporary phase. You want to create a routine that you can maintain during busy weeks, stressful periods, and major life changes. This means designing for your worst case scenario, not your best case scenario. Choose workout times that you can protect consistently. Block this time on your calendar like any important appointment. The predictability reduces decision fatigue and makes it easier to maintain the pattern, even when other areas of life become chaotic. Scale your workouts to match your available energy. On high energy days, push harder. On low energy days, do something lighter but still show up. The consistency of action matters more than the intensity of action. Keep your system simple and visible. Use tools and tracking methods that you can maintain even when life gets complicated. Complex systems break down under pressure. Simple systems adapt and survive. The science is clear. Lasting habit formation happens when you understand and work with your brain's natural learning mechanisms rather than fighting against them. Use procedural memory to create automatic routines. Use task bracketing to build bulletproof triggers. Focus on consistency before intensity. Design your environment for success. Track process metrics rather than just outcomes. But most importantly, understand that you're not just building a workout routine. You're building an identity as someone who prioritizes their health and follows through on commitments. Every single session is a vote for the person you're becoming. Your 2026 transformation doesn't start with finding the perfect workout program or the most motivating playlist. It starts with understanding exactly how your brain learns new behaviors and then designing a system that makes success inevitable. The neuroscience gives you the blueprint. Your consistency provides the results. If this video helped you understand the real science behind lasting fitness habits, make sure to subscribe for more evidence-based strategies that actually work. Drop a comment and let me know what habit you're going to implement first. And remember, you're not just gaining muscle or losing fat, you're growing into the best version of yourself. 1 rep, 1 workout, 1 day at a time.